Shabby Chic projects in Shabby Blue for my sweet friend Kat, who is LollyThimble here on YouTube. Hey Kat, thank you so much for being so patient with me. As you can see, everything is blue because that is her favorite color. And I'm sorry I'm not able to get everything in frame, but I'm going to do one project at a time. I may need to readjust my camera. So anyway, this is her card, and I forgot to put a sentiment here. I will add that later. I used some Creative Imaginations papers, and I've done this design before, but starting at the top, I have this lace ribbon with this gorgeous bling piece from Hobby Lobby, and this pearl trim here with the fabric flower is from Yorlis, which is Pretties by Yorlis Borham. Hey sweetie. And then so I just added the lace here and down on the side and added the pearls here. And as far as my flower cluster, starting at the top here, I have cheesecloth and wedding applique behind there. And these little heart sprays are from NSK's shop, Natasha's Scrapbook Corner. And these pearl sprays are from Hobby Lobby. And most of these flowers are Wild Orchid Crafts, some old Prima, and I gessoed and used gesso and snow text on all the flowers. And I have this teeny little bird. I think this is from Hobby Lobby. And this heart piece here is from NSK's shop. And then I just like to twirl pearls around. And let's see what else I have. Some stamens in between here. And I have some seam binding and some lace. This is from my sweet friend Mimi. Hey Twinsy. And I have a heart bling piece. This is from Hobby Lobby. And then I have this small picket fence. I've had that piece forever. That's from Joann's. And I added a little snow text mixed with gesso there. And there's a sweet little bunny. I added some snow text to the bottom of her feet there. And this is a clay birdie. And this frame, I'm not sure if that's a Prima metal one or if that's Hobby Lobby. I think this is a metal piece. Painted that white, added gesso on it. And of course I use my favorite Spellbinder dies, floral oval and this shape die. And I use my Martha Stewart punch for the edges and some little scraps of paper for more layering and a paper doily in the back. And then on the bottom here I have some lace trim from Joann's, this tulle trim from Hobby Lobby. And then I have, I forget where I got this dangle trim from. I have this dangle trim and I added little flowers here. This is from Wild Orchid Crafts, I believe. And then the dangle from behind, I layered it twice to get that shabbiness look there. And I also dangled some pearls at the bottom here. And I used 140-pound watercolor paper. And so I also made one of my dress form bustier pieces or loaded envelopes, and I was trying to go for the color that she liked. I'm not sure if this is the color, Kat, that you like, but I think it's close to periwinkle, like a blue, almost bluish color. Anyway, so I added some tulle trim from Hobby Lobby, lace trim from Joann's. All these fabric white flowers are from Joann's, I believe. And then I added tons of appliques for the front. And I love this trim here. That's from Hobby Lobby. I love using that. And then I also lined it with this trim from Joann's. And then for the center here, I did punch holes so I could thread some 1/16 or no, it's 1/8 inch ribbon through that. And then these are all applique flowers that I cut apart and added in between. And let's see, and this is also an applique piece. That's probably part of this same applique. And then at the bottom here, I just have a small little flower cluster of lace and a shabby flower and a ribbon flower and a bow out of seam binding, and more lace. Oops, sorry, I'm out of focus here. More lace from Mimi, who is Mimi Johnson Designs. And then I have more lace here from Hobby Lobby and some trim, tulle trim. No, I'm sorry, this is from Joann's and this tulle trim is from Hobby Lobby. Flat back pearls are from Wildcat Crafts. And then this trim, I double layered it. This is from Joann's. And I added some seam binding with some ribbon roses at the bottom here to kind of look like garters. And I have another shabby flower that I love making with tulle trim and lace. And these shabby flowers, you can get them at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. And this piece, bling piece, is from Hobby Lobby. And I just did a butterfly embellishment with more seam binding and lace trim here. And this is actually a Starbucks, what do you call it, stir stick. And I just wrapped around some seam binding. And then on the back here, I just added my stamp here and added more lace and flat back pearls. And let's see, I'm not going to share all the goodies in here, but there's a little clothespin I also altered. Oops. Sorry, let me take this out. Oops. Okay, and here's the altered clothespin, and I just added some scrap pieces of lace, a little rose and pearl and flower, and some tulle trim. Isn't that sweet? And so that's the loaded envelope. And then I did an embellishment box. Look at how pretty this is. I know she loves vintage, so and a lot of stuff I have is shabby, so I hope you don't mind, Kat. But I got some pieces from a wedding headpiece. Is that what you call it? And I got it from Donna Little from her YouTube channel. She does wedding trims and laces and appliques like every Saturday. And anyway, these are some pieces from that headpiece. I have some crochet trim in here, some lace, and some appliques. And I got a bunch of metal pieces. I love using metal. And so I wanted to share that with her because I got tons. And more pearls and lace and some more bling. So that's that. And then I'm gonna have to adjust my camera for this piece here. But I also wanted to share this shabby bag that I made, and these are from, you can get these from Hobby Lobby. And one of these days I will do a tutorial, guys. It's super easy. So I just did a shabby flower in the front and added some blue flowers and some blue ribbon and trim, and I added lace all around the bottom and on the top here. So that's that. So let me adjust my camera. Okay, I'll try not to make you guys dizzy. I had to handhold my camera. Anyway, this piece I got from Michael's many years ago, and it was actually a key holder. On the inside it had burlap, and I think it said the word keys, and it had some hooks in it, and I just ripped everything out and painted it on the inside, and I changed it up a bit. So let me start at the top here. I bought some Wildcat Craft flowers, and a bunch of these flowers also came from Reneabouquets shop here on Etsy. And I didn't have a lot of small blue flowers, so I did have to color some of my own. And I used alcohol ink, believe it or not. It was called Slate Blue. And what I did was I put it on my palette plate, let it dry a little bit, and then when it was almost completely dry, I took my brush and then I brushed over the flowers, and then I added gesso to lighten up even further. So so that way I could use a variety and variety sizes of flowers. Anyway, so here's the top, and as you can see, I added applique, have pearl sprays. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy here. And so there's more appliques here, and then I have a seam binding bow at the top, which is here. and then I kind of trailed it on the top with some lace that I got from my friend Mimi. Thanks again, Mimi. And then I added some little flowers here. So coming down here, and also what I painted was the chicken wire, which was, I think it was silver. So I painted that white on both sides. And then at the bottom right here, I have more Wild Good Graft flowers, and I added some appliques, wedding appliques, and again, snow text and gesso. So let me open it from, let me show you the inside. Let me pause it for a second. Okay, so this is the inside of the box, starting at the top. Again, I have a small cluster of blue flowers at the top, and I have some curly cues on both sides. And then I created this window, and this window die is, I think it's a Tim Holtz die, and I cut that out of chipboard, and the window flower box, I cut that out of 2 pieces to give it some dimension. And to make the curtains, I actually used, I think they were like 3-inch or 4-inch wide lace pieces that I got from Sandy, who is Decorate Your Life. Hey, Sandy. And so I scrunched the curtains. I did not sew anything. I scrunched it and glued it together on both sides, and then I added some pearl trim, some 1/8 inch blue ribbon, and some flowers that I created using my alcohol ink. And then in the window pane, you can't see, but I used some, I recycled some packaging. I crunched it all up to make it age a little bit, but you can't see it unless you can see a little bit of light, but anyway. And then I have some flowers, a bouquet of flowers at the bottom for the flower box. And I layered my papers a couple times, and I added some scrap pieces of paper, and I like to ink them, but then I also like to gesso them to lighten it up. And so around this corner I have some other pieces, and I think those pieces with the lettering is from My Mind's Eye. So I love doing that. And then this piece here, I did a dress form. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, I'm trying to get a better view. And this dress form, I believe, is from Scrap Effects. I got it a long time ago. I was hoarding it forever. And so I painted that white. I hand painted it because I didn't want to spray paint it, because this type of chipboard was mostly like paper. It's kind of hard to describe. So if you used wet paint, like spray paint, it would have melted. So I hand painted everything, and even in the little crevices, I used like a sewing pin and dipped it into paint just to get through the tiny little crevices. And in the end, it gets all covered up, right? And so anyway, I covered it with wedding applique pieces, and I put a little blue ribbon with a Swarovski crystal, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. And I have a seam binding bow, and that dangle pearl there you see is from Neri, who is DC Scrap and Rooster, and she was so sweet to gift that to me with my order. So thank you so much, Neri. And then I added some more appliques and flowers, and to give this dress dimension in the background, I added some 25mm roses in like strategic places so you can't really see. They're behind the appliques. And behind the dress form, I have doily applique, and I found this frame bracket on online, and I used my Cricut. Yes, I got a Cricut, yay! And I downloaded that frame bracket and the and that ornate frame also online, and downloaded it to Cricut, and I cut it out myself. So that's the best way to learn how to use your Cricut, is to play with it. So I hope to have more fun with that. And at the bottom here, there's another flower cluster here. And let's see if it'll zoom in. So I have a clock piece there. I believe I got that from Erica, who is Scrap Diva 29. Hey girl. And I gessoed that, added some snow text, and those clock hands I believe are from Michael's. And I just love clustering my flowers. And if you can see in the back there, there's a tiny little bunny rabbit hidden in the garden. Isn't he cute? Okay, so then I have a little picket fence here. And this piece is also from Scrap Effects. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but yeah, I've been hoarding that forever. And to make it stand like that, I have flowers in front and in the back, and then I added glue under each piece. And so glue in the front of the flowers and glue with the back of the flowers and underneath the fence. Hopefully that'll make it stay. So that's that. And then also I have a lace piece here to give it some separation. So let me pull back here a little bit. But I just love how this came out. And yes, it took me forever. And I think I made this, the dress form piece was the first thing I created. And then from there, I think I made the window, and then I started to do the box. But yes, this was definitely a labor of love. And so I hope you like this cat. Okay, let me pause the video one more time. Okay guys, I guess that's it. So I thank you all for watching, and if you have any further questions, feel free to leave them down below. And I'll have some pictures at the end if you'd like to see them. But I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.